Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Farmer Contractor series on Greenlands Farm. Today, we think about what we're going to do with this space right here. We've got some biomass to build up, and there's a big yellow thing over there. Well, hello folks, welcome back along to the Greenlands Farmer and Contractor series. We are busy today. It's a Sunday, as if you would believe it, we're still working. We're just into December now, so some of our regular gigs have dried up a little bit now, as you would perhaps expect. Weather's still belting, I must say. Absolutely sublime. And what we're going to do today, we don't necessarily have any jobs that we need to do, but one job we absolutely need to get on top of there is our servicing. So I am going to stick this plow into the workshop, and then tomorrow when the lads come in, we're going to get some of them working on all the metal work on both plows, and they can hopefully get that turned around. And then that's a good start. Get us ready for any of the autumn or the spring work that we're definitely going to have coming in. A lot of spring plowing, and they also need to get all the points changed on the subsoiler, and looked onto the power harrow tines on the combination drill. So yeah, lots of bits and pieces to do. So we're going to get on with that. A little bit moving of things around there before we go out and take a few more gigs. We are pretty much all up to date as far as our spraying goes. There's nothing left coming in the future, so what we'll do is just go and stick this by the combine for now, and then that's all good and done. And then yeah, we'll be able to, we'll probably drop the sprayer off actually sooner rather than later, and then yeah, we can move on to a few other bits and pieces. We've spent the last week or so doing a lot of servicing over where we can. The combine's been serviced over as well. A few things that we needed to replace on there, a few wearing parts, a few belts weren't looking the best. So yeah, we're getting ahead of that one, which is fantastic news really. Everything's looking a lot better for it as well. Blew it out a bit more, and it's looking good. So I'm very happy with that. As you can see, it looks immaculate now. It looks absolutely fantastic. But we're not going to need it for quite some time, as you can well imagine. So I think what we'll do, I'll just drop that there. Magnificent. And then we can probably just leave this here for now. Have to find a place to put a sensor on the front there. Sprayer's put a lot of hours in so far there. The ground that we're covering it and the efficiency in which we're covering it at is fantastic. It's something I never thought we'd see quite that level of progress, but we are. And I'm enjoying it on our farm here, but my customers are really seeing the benefit of it. So that's brilliant. This though, like I say, we're just going to stick this one into here for now, just to give us something to work on with. We'll get it cleaned off as well. We'll make sure everything's looking good. Yeah, it's the wearing metal on this that we've done a lot of plowing with both plows, but yeah, this one in particular has had an awful lot more. So what we'll be looking into doing, let's get that lowered down so we can reach it, is we will be looking into changing all of the points on the front here, as well as a couple of the other there's a few grease nipples that we can't quite get at on the headstock, so we've got to just try and remove those completely, and then put a few new ones on so we can keep it all greased up properly. That'll be good. A few shear bolts in there as well. We'll probably just replace that just so we have new ones in for the spring. But yeah, new metals all around there really on the points and on the skimmers, and we should be good, hopefully. And we shall see. But yeah, otherwise there's not a great deal happening around about now, not today at least anyway. I'm going to shut this shed door because we don't need this open. Machinery wise in here, that's all being serviced up and cleaned up. That's looking fine. Again, we're probably going to get some more shoes for this when we need to. They are expensive at the moment, so we're going to have to keep track of it. But yeah, we could ideally do with a few just to put on. Not all of them, but a few of them need to be replaced. They're looking a bit blunt. This drill hasn't done too much work there, so that's all looking good anyway. But yeah, the next thing to go on that will probably be the discs. They'll need to be replaced at some stage. Coulters not so much, but the discs for sure. A few tines on the power harrow here. Check the oil on the gearbox as well, make sure that's all looking good, and then that should pretty much be it as well. So nice and handy really. Not too bad at all. Everything's looking good. That's been cleaned down and washed. We had a bit of an issue actually with this spreader not so long ago, where we calibrated it. We even had our team come out there and we actually calibrate the spreader with boxes on the floor so we can calculate how much fertilizer has been spread across the whole width, and we were able to test it and change it and recalibrate it. But then after doing that, it kept throwing out the calibration again, and it just would not keep an accurate calibration. So we're gonna have to have a look into that one. It might just be an error on the in-cab computer. We're not quite sure, but I guess we'll find out, really. There you go. But there, that doesn't need to be open today. Nor does this. Fantastic. So we can get everything shut up. There's supposed to be some rain coming later on in the week, I think. By the way, let's go and have a look in here. A lot of love for both these tractors here. I think the general consensus was that the Ford was slightly preferred, but that case is a beaut. It really is. Some people are asking what we're going to do with them. The answer is not a great deal, to be honest. They're going to be classic tractors. They're here for show days and for events, and to maybe go on the odd tractor run. That's about it. They're not going to be put to work, that's for sure. They're going to be kept in their showroom condition. We've got tractors like this to do all our work. I don't need to spoil the old classics there, that's for sure. But yeah, it's looking good. Now, one problem we have with a growing fleet of tractors, that makes 3. There's 3 in there, 4, 5. What have we got? 4, 5 Fence, a Massey, so that's 6, and then 2 classic tractors, 7, 8 tractors altogether. We're running out of space to park things, can you believe it or not? So what we might have to look into, and what we're thinking about doing next springish maybe, is sticking another shed here. This field is getting smaller and smaller. It is just a grass paddock, really. We're not ever going to use it for anything other than that. But yeah, it is getting a little bit, we might think about getting another. If I could find a shed that would kind of fill in this long square here, long rectangle here, that would be perfect. I don't know if this is supposed to be the grain shed, and it's currently used as a tractor storage, so I don't really know if we can keep well, we can't keep the tractors in there, so we need something to put onto here. Now I still need to figure out what that looks like and what that may entail, but yeah, that's the next plan. So we're thinking about that, and I don't want to lose too much space, because ultimately we do want some grass. We need some grass paddocks around here, because the aim is, and the thought process is, that we're still going to plow in the one on the other side of the cattle shed there. Will get plowed in the spring, so we'll have to think about it. However, the main attraction for today is on the back of my 936. This is a rather nice and shiny. That sprang back on me quickly. Rather nice and shiny Richard Weston trailer. This is the SF18 high speed, I guess that is. Easy for me to say. It's a demo. It's not mine. It is, as you can see, we've got demo 1 on there. It is a silage trailer, as you can see, currently spec'd out as such. Would we ever need it with silage sides on? Probably not. They sent it over like that anyway for us to give it a try. Not that we have too much work to do up until today. Now, of course, we've been using dualies for a while. And for the most part they're pretty good. They don't give me any hassle at all. Get a good payload in them. Can carry 16 ton in one of those without problem. Good road speed, good brakes. Very, very happy with them indeed. But these are pretty special things, actually. They should be interesting to see. So we're going to go and take it for a little bit of a spin. We have a job that we've been working on periodically through the week. And it's actually meant that the JCB is still down on site at the moment. So we're going to go and have a look into that. It's working with the Forestry Commission, not in the same location, bit different. But yeah, we're going to take a bit for a drive. Now, it's not often that a trailer is a good matchup for my 936. Usually it dwarfs most things. But that looks pretty good. Good pairing, actually. Needless to say, the 936 bosses it on the road. But anyway, yeah, let's get ourselves started up. What we're going to do... we're good for diesel. Gonna take a little drive, and we're gonna go and load this up, actually. So we're going to somewhere that I don't think we've been before, or I certainly haven't taken you before. Got beacons on before we go anywhere as well. They got my strobe beacons on the tractor, obviously. And then we got our strobes on the back as well. Looking lovely. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna go for a little bit of a drive. Everything else is shut up and locked down. And yeah, we'll see what's going on. Like I say, a bit quiet at the moment, is to be expected. There we got one tractor out there that's actually putting a little bit of fertilizer down for a customer. It's parked over on the farm. We'll be picking that back up tomorrow on Monday. But yeah, it was easy just to leave it over there, to be honest, so that's what we've done. We are using the fertilizer spreader with the booms just to get that bit more accurate application at the moment, given that we're having issues with the Amazon. It will be, we've probably got about a day's work for that. So away we go anyway. So yeah, like I say, this is an interesting little job we've been on. We've, the Forestry Commission and a few other contractors that work for them have been doing a little bit of felling and a little bit of tree surgery work. And they take a lot of the things that can't be, a lot of the trees and the wood that is salvaged that is no good for anything in terms of lumber. It all comes over to get shredded and chipped, and that can go into biomass heaters and boilers everywhere. So they have a little area that they work in. They've got this, they bring in this interesting looking machine, which I think is still there today. They told me it wasn't going anywhere for a while. And they just keep shredding and keep shredding and keep shredding. And then I've been tasked with coming in just to remove some of that material when the area they're in becomes a little bit tight to work in. So that's what we're going to do. It's fascinating because it backs onto the moor, which is huge and open, and it's rolling hills. But yeah, it looks very weird. But we're going to try and just sneak around here. It's a little bit tight, but there you go, we're through. Not go too quickly along here. I don't want to upset any of the residents. And so yeah, this is the sawmill that we're just coming up to, and we're actually just behind there. So it should be interesting to see just what's going on. Oh yeah, there's the machine still. It's all parked up. My telehandler's already down here because we have been in a few times this week to clear some space. And as you can see, this is the wild space, like a green belt from a neighboring city really, but it's also just a bit of a nature conservation area. And here we are. So let's go and have a bit of a look. Now, this thing is massively complicated. I have not got a first clue. There's far too many levers and joysticks and buttons in there to press. But effectively, wood lifted up onto belt, shredded into pile. That's about the gist of how this thing works. How is my door open on here? What? No. Someone been in here? No, I think it's blown open. But yeah, so what we're going to do today is just get this, a bit more of this pile taken care of. And then we can, all being well, we'll be able to give them a bit more space in which to operate in. So that should be good. But yeah, we just need to get this backed in some way, somehow. It's not going to be the easiest thing to shunt around. What we might well do actually is just turn ourselves around, I think. All right, yeah, let's try something here. We could almost do is just sneak along the side of that hedge. But look at this for a bit of moorland, really. There's absolutely nothing on here. No animals on here. It's all just wildlife, wildlands as well. Bit of wetlands in the middle there. Yeah, it's great. Absolutely fantastic area. A few footpaths walking through it, but aside from that, that's pretty much it. Which is, I think, is great. It's great to have. So let's try parking there, shall we? Excellent stuff. Let's just get out and we shall, well, let's go and see how we get on. All right, so we got that silage fork on the front. This is quite a light material and just a bit easier to pick it up though with this rather than the bucket. But this is going to be a bit of a pain. I can just tell it is. It's a high old trailer and it's also going to take an awful lot of filling. So we'll just have to see how we get on without damaging it and make sure we're not too close. We have to boom out just a little bit more, we shall. Yeah, until we get ourselves a little bit more space in which to operate in, we'll just keep cracking along like this. This was full of stuff when they first arrived in here. Apparently, when we brought a trailer down for them as well, they were actually blowing straight into the trailer. But then we had other things to go and do, so we couldn't empty it in time. So they just started to heap it up, and it's yeah, they crack on. They really do. They have a bit of a deal with the local BGA plant as well. This is where we're going to be taking this to, and yeah, they seem to do pretty well. Yeah, we'll just give them a bit more space to work in. They're also under strict orders that they can't use my telehandler because well, it's my telehandler and I don't really trust other people to drive it really without dinging it. And if I put a ding in it or a dent or a scratch, then that's on me. But if someone else does it, then that's a whole different issue. Or someone who doesn't work for me, that's it at least. This log's just behind me. You can see in that there mirror. It's going to be a titled affair. I think we're making some good progress though. Clearing a little bit of space. They look like good bits of lumber to me, but what do I know? I'm just a farmer at heart. So how's everything going? I hope everything is fantastic with wherever you are. Do let us know down below what you're working on. If you're in a nearby area, let me know how it's going. It is December here, like I say, so not much happening. But you know, we're always trying to keep busy. Keep the finances coming through there. We had to make another big payment for our monthly HP today, so that's always fun. Well, wasn't any disaster. So we're gonna just keep filling this thing up. This is gonna take us quite a while to get going through, but we'll keep persevering with it anyway, and then we'll see how it's all looking and see how this thing rides as we take it out for a spin. All right, then I think that's pretty much just done. What we're gonna do is just tidy up that little bit there. That's about us looking good. We might come back for one more load here. There, just don't know quite how we're gonna get on. So we'll just get that shut. We're going to make sure that these lock themselves now properly. And take the key away from that one. And we'll leave that there for now. And so yeah, we are pretty full. Be a bit of a load on the back there. As you can see, it's creeping through the mesh. But yeah, that's going to be fun. Anyhow, let's get ourselves away. It's more of just the sheer size and rather than the weight of the load here. It's a lot of mass. But anyway, that's all good. Here we go. Just take it nice and slow. Whoop, easy does it. Well, that's it. We're just gonna take this along. We've got this trailer for about a week, and then we'll see how we get along with it there. So that should be interesting. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback about today's episode, please do leave those down below, and we shall see you all in the next one. I think we're just gonna keep pottering along for a little bit here and get cracking through this. And until next time, though, I do hope you have enjoyed this being the next episode of the Greenlands Farmer and Contractor. If you have enjoyed it and you've yet to do so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Simulation for the Nation for more. And we'll see you in the next one. Catch you later.